I think that's the big story, right? Like there are marquee rappers that came out before M or while M was out that today, if they were to drop a project like M, they would not have the streaming success that M has. Rap Life Review, me and them. That's Low and Nadeska, I'm Ebro, and you. Thank you for tuning in. Some albums, some touring, some 50 Cent. We'll start with the albums and singles, Bossman, Dlow, Lil Baby, Ice Spice, Central C. It's actually surprisingly a good pairing. I wasn't sure what that pairing would go like, but I like what Central C's doing.
Aren't they dating?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, well.
No, that's what.
What have you heard, Lo?
That's what Twitter said. That's what I asked.
Twitter's saying.
Yeah, so
I mean, that'll move a single around and get people tuned in.
Yeah, it will.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's called Did It First. DJ Mustard, Pray For Me, new single. Shout to Mustard, working on a new album. Bronson, shout to Action Bronson. Always puts out great projects, new Action Bronson. And Common and Pete Rock, who I got a sit down coming up with, the Auditorium Volume 1. That's a phenomenal, timeless piece of work.
Tough.
You spent some time with it.
Yeah.
What you got to say?
Lonesome, fire. Shy Did It, fire. Ran Out Ideas, fire. Yeah. That's just a well put together album.
Nah, they did great work on that.
And that was needed too.
Yeah, it definitely fits in and balances out the offerings that are available in the hip hop, consumption ecosystem. Also Eminem, The Death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grâce. I've never been a quote unquote Slim Shady fan. Like whenever he's doing the Slim Shady, I'm Slim Shady, it's like a higher voice, it's like a whole, never really been a fan of it. The bars are, it's Eminem, so the bars are gonna be there. The punchlines, all the comedy, all that stuff is there. But I think that's what this album was about.
Yeah.
Right? Because the last album, Music to
Be Murdered By.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Music to Be Murdered By as an album.
But
there was no trace of Slim Shady on that.
Yeah, it was less poppy.
Okay, and it wasn't a concept one.
And it wasn't I don't think it was a full concept album like this one is.
And even Eminem said, he was like, you have to listen to the songs in order or you won't understand the album.
Which I did.
Yeah, no, just like I know some people just jump around when they get to an album.
I would say that his disdain for Gen Z is admirable. For almost every song, he's shitting on them. But what I do like about this, because when he dropped Houdini, I think that's the single we talked about, right? I was curious to see like how deep he was gonna go with the concept. So my favorite songs, just like as songs, I love Fuel, which I know you also enjoy, Ebro and Toby, but I do like Guilty Conscience too. Because I feel like we've never heard that with the Slim Shady character, right? I feel like a lot of us, our critique has been that it's time to retire this alter ego. And so this is the first time as an M fan, I remember he's really battling it out as Marshall versus Slim Shady, and him saying things like, it's Marshall telling Slim Shady, like, how are you gonna turn around and bully people when you were bullied when you were younger? I don't remember ever hearing him talk about that in the music. So to me, as a concept album, I like that we got that track. To me, I feel like that anchors the project and makes it really the concept album. Well,
I think whether I like the music, whether I like the caricature or not, because there is music that I like how you're using your voice, the lyrics you're having, the songs. Like I look at albums to all these things. The fact that he delivered a concept album is admirable. That he's forcing his fan base and anybody else that might not be a big fan to, if you're gonna tune in, you're tuning into something conceptual, not just a collection of songs. Something thoughtful. And I always hold that in high regard.
Yeah, because look, he opens the album, it felt like you're not even allowed to have a valid critique. He makes it sound like we're all whining and just picking apart music like nothing is good for us. You know what I mean? Like he said, y'all probably would have a problem with 36 chambers. I was like, all right, relax. I see what you're saying, but as fans, and like you've never been a fan of Slim Shady, I love Slim Shady. I was a huge M stan growing up. So, but even growing up now, I feel like it's like a little bit too much. It feels outdated. So I really like that we hear him battle it out with this character, and I hope this is officially really the death of Slim Shady.
when Slim Shady became a thing, I was too old for it, to appreciate.
Makes sense. I was still in my like kid angst.
Yeah, like it was
raging
too.
phase.
I was like, why does it sound like nails on a chalkboard? I'm Slim
like
Shady.
the pitch and
it sounds cartoony. Is the best way. But that was the point, right? It was supposed to be joking, cartoony. All of those things.
Cheek and tongue type humor.
Yep. So, boom, it's doing very well. It's the #1 album on the Apple Music charts right now. It is Eminem, so what else do you expect there? There was a lot of comments regarding the discussion of Eminem Houdini. from fans. Do you care what they had to say?
We always do.
Sure.
We always give a fuck what they got to think.
Why is having fans a bad thing for Eminem? Everyone's argument is that his, quote, stans keep streaming his music. That's what all fans do. I don't stream Drake because I am not a fan, but he gets streams from his fans. Only when it is Eminem, it is a bad thing that fans stream your stuff.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because this person is a fan.
I don't remember what we said. Were we
I just said I wasn't a fan of the
stream it regardless?
Yeah, like that's the whole point. M has a big ass fan base. He has a big ass cult following. So it's like, why wouldn't?
Well, I think what you should acknowledge with Eminem is the fact that his fans, he started in a time when there wasn't streaming and is still having success in streaming. And he's, you know, been around as long as other marquee rappers that don't have streaming success. I think that's the big story, right? Like there are marquee rappers that came out before M or while M was out that today, if they were to drop a project like M, they would not have the streaming success.
I mean, but granted, like Eminem is who Eminem is. Like those other marquee artists you might be talking about may not have the catalog, may not have the stamina, may not even just have that kind of artistry to keep people engaged.
Some of them have the artistry, but I do think, like, for an artist who's been around as long as he is, if you compare them, I don't think there's anybody else who would stream as well as M does.
And I wouldn't disagree with you on that.
Right?
And I think that speaks to the magnitude
of who he is.
Yeah.
Well, of the fan base, like actually how vast it is, how large it is.
But I don't think that's never been in question. Like, we knew these numbers were going to be what they would be. The number one album, Apple Music, of course. Like, but it's Eminem. So it's like the catalog is there. The stamina, like I said, is there. The longevity is there. And the fans understand that. So then when you get a concept album like this, you know damn well it's going to go number one or it's going to have a high first week selling, you know, project. So it's like this. I get it. They're gonna stream.
Yeah. So to respond to your comment directly, having fans is a great thing. Lowkey probably just sounded like a hater in that episode, and that's what sparked this comment. You know,
like,
it happens.
I'm just not, you know, the biggest Eminem fan.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I know.
No, good for him.
Sounds
That's amazing.
That's not hate.
Sounds like hate.
Okay.
Sexyy Red and Andre 3000 were on the shop with LeBron and Mav and PR and them hanging out, talking about how they came up with their names. Sexyy Red and Andre talking about, you know, because Andre was asked how he came up with the name, you know, his rap name in the rap group, and how they were talking about how Sexyy Red actually came up with her name and how they were kind of like.
Was it like Big Red?
They had another name, and then her producer, whoever's in the studio, this was like when she was just putting stuff up on YouTube.
Yeah.
They came with Sexyy Red. And Dre was talking about how they had the rap name 2 Shades Deep, and an R&B group in the high school took and called themselves 4 Shades Deep.
Fire. I bet you that first album was crazy.
And that's why Dre and Big Boy decided, you know what, we'll just be Outkast. But that's different than Sexyy Red and her friends being like, yo, we about to upload a rap song. What's my rap name? What should I go with? What you think? Oh, okay, boom, Sexyy Red, let's go. So the contrast is just, you know, it's just very different and interesting to me. But speaking of Sexyy Red, the internets, I guess, were questioning her ticket sales. And
Internet questions everything.
And wondering if she was going to be canceling her tour because ticket sales allegedly were low. I just want to say to Sexyy Red, for you to be this early in your career and have a tour, end of thought, kudos to you.
Right.
Because there's a lot of artists who never even get out the door on having their own tour.
Right.
And she's an artist that literally is building a business around touring, which many artists can't build that business, haven't built that business, don't have the vision and wherewithal, because yes, there's gonna be dates where they don't sell as well as other dates.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what every artist.
The greats, recently.
J-Lo had to cancel her whole tour this year, basically, unfortunately. You know what I mean?
Right.
And she put a lot into that, so it does happen.
Yeah,
often.
no, so big up to Sexyy Red on that.
And she's not opening, like, this is her tour. She's got openers.
She's got people opening for her.
That's crazy.
Which is, I mean.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I don't know what size venues they're doing. None of that even matters to me.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, they don't say, like, what venues, like.
It doesn't matter. She's been out for 18 months, bro. What are we talking? Not even. What are we talking about?
No, that's crazy.
It's been very short.
It already feels like it's been 5 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But you feel me? It's been a short time period.
Yeah, that set list is only gonna grow.
But how about this? How many records? Because I saw her perform recently. She's got at least 7 or 8 songs that everyone knows.
And then she's gonna do her little B-side records or whatever, you know, for her favorite records. But those 8 or 9 records she has out, spinning currently, are gonna tell them whatever venue they go to. So shouts to her.
50 Cent takes the stage, speaking of touring, and uses the meme that a lot of people, because, you know, there was a terrible incident that took place, an attempted assassination of Donald Trump at his rally in Pennsylvania, and there were lives lost. And people started running on the internet with the 50 Cent Many Men record. And they took Donald Trump's head and put it on 50 Cent's body. And then 50 Cent came out on stage with the meme behind him. I think that's apropos for 50 Cent. Like, I don't see what, like, I saw people like, how, you know, are you voting for Trump or campaigning for Trump? Fair, you know, 50 Cent's publishing numbers, and that, for that record to get another life, I know it's big in our world, it stays big in our world. Like, that's a classic. Yeah. But for that to now transcend to a whole other world
You know what's coming next? Trump is going to try to be performing this at his rallies, and 50's probably going to sign off on it,
You think he's really going to come out to that?
You think he won't? Did you see what happened after the shooting? I feel like anybody else would have rushed off the stage to safety or concern. But he was like, let me get my shoes and then let me get the photo op.
I just don't understand how, like, that photo was just, like, so perfectly taken in place. Like, the American flag.
Y'all focus on the wrong things, man.
What are the right things to focus on?
What are the right things to focus on?
50 Cent and the meme. Not the photo the photo op after the shooting.
The stage photo op?
Yeah, no, if you feel that way, but I'm just saying the point is of course 50 Cent's gonna.
Of course he is.
Yeah,
for him,
50 Cent has always only cared about
himself.
2 things. Himself.
And the jokes.
And money.
And the jokes.
And the jokes.
3 things.
Okay, yeah, and trolling. So 3 things.
And
this is a troll, so why wouldn't 50 Cent?
Well, so he performed that night?
Shortly thereafter.
That night, shortly thereafter, 50 had a show.
Listen, the Republican convention's happening.
I
wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump popped out with this one.
They play that record.
Even if he doesn't come out to it, it's gonna play in there.
So you think whatever music supervisor is overseeing the RNC,
Many Men,
that shit is playing.
That's going up in there, bro.
Do you even think? All right. Do you think that side of America is really in tune with, like, that song and what it means?
They're about to be in tune with what it means.
Make a special edit where all it plays is the hook. Wish death upon me.
Like, do you think they really understand? Like,
you can't see. Try to get a picture of me. You know what I'm saying? You can even do the lyrics, change the lyrics.
So okay. All right, I'm not.
So you think it's only like, okay, so Chef G and them came out in New York. You think that only works because it's New York?
No, I'm just saying.
Listen,
like,
let me tell you, I've been to the Republican National Convention. Shout out to Complex for that experience. Let me tell you, they were excited to see some black kids there. Ask Jinx, ask Speedy, bro. It felt like we were on display. Sean Spicer, remember that dude?
Yeah.
Bro, everybody wanted to pull up and take like photos with us. Like, look at these kids with their sneakers on. Trust me, this is gonna ring off.
I just don't think the people there.
Have you been there? I've been there.
I'm glad to say I haven't been there, and I'm glad to say
but I think what Nadeska is saying.
No, I understand what you're saying.
There's not a lot there for them to, like, culturally attach to. So when they see anything that has culture, they gravitate to it, especially if it somehow can validate or make them feel cool. This record is a classic. Like, you're not removing.
To us. I just
and
don't.
Now it is.
It's about to be a classic to them too.
It was #1 trending, bro. Within like 10 minutes of the incident.
That's because we made it trend.
Why are you in denial?
No. Whoever made it.
We, not them.
Whoever did it, it was on their radar now.
Right.
They've embraced it now, bro.
Okay.
Bro, they're looking for culture there. I'm telling you.
They're looking for it. Dying for it.
They're desperate for some culture.
All right, cool. Your man almost got popped. Sing about it.
I'm not saying I co-sign it. This is just our reality
That's
right
what it
now.
is. That's a co-sign.
This is just our reality.
I don't know if it's so much of a co-sign as it is entertainment. I think that
it's more so that.
I think that people blur the line between co-sign and troll and these things.
Yeah.
When a lot of it is really just for entertainment and shock value. And somebody like 50 Cent is known.
No, that's not.
That.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by what 50 did. I'm just saying.
And the internet
made it.
Is going to find a joke.
Oh yeah.
No matter how I don't care what you believe took place at the event. No matter how you slice it, it was terrible. Mm-hmm. It's terrible.
It is.
Right?
I mean,
It's
I dislike Donald Trump down to his red blood cells, but attacking a politician, that's not good for the country.
No, it's terrible.
That's
It's
horrible.
terrible.
It's awful. I have my thoughts about it, but yes, in any instance, that is awful.
No matter what angle you look at it from, it's bad.
Awful. Yeah,
and bad. So, just like Twitter and the internet will do, often when bad things happen, someone
is going to make light of it.
Is going to make light of it. Because people cope differently.
That's a kind, thoughtful way to put it.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to put it.
They do. I know there's people I know that bad things happen and they find the humor in it. That's how they cope.
Are you one of those people?
It's been a Rap Life review. For Nadeska and Dlow, I'm Ebro. Leave your comments. We appreciate all the love.
What's good? Nadeska here. If you made it through that entire episode of the Rap Life review, that means you're really a fan. Hit that like button so we know it's real. Subscribe if you never want to miss an episode. And of course, if you really have something to say, drop a comment and we'll hit you back on next week's episode.